Hey everyone, it's Kathy Koliakova with pepperitmarketing.com, and I'm coming to you today with a little lesson on Facebook and tagging and business pages. I recently had someone reach out to me and just ask a question. Her name's Karen, and she's got a business page called Karen's Classy Crafts. And she said that people were having trouble tagging her business page in different instances. So I was trying to help her out. So I actually looked around, tried it a few times, and I found something very interesting. And I wanted to share it today because I think in this day where some people have been trying to do as much as you can, of course, with your online marketing, get your name out there. You want to make sure that as much as possible, people can tag your page. So in her case, people were trying to recommend her when they were on somebody else's group or a page or something like that, and they couldn't tag her page. So she was trying to figure out what was going wrong. So I'm going to walk you through what I found and how to help with that. So just bear with me here as I share my page or my screen with you, and I'm going to go through what I ran into with this issue for her. So this is Karen's Facebook page here. And so this is, we've got her URL of her page up at the top here. Then she's got her page name, which is Karen's Classy Crafts. And then she's got her username, which is the same as you can see as her URL. And I think that's part, Karen, where your problems are coming into play here. And I only figured it out after a little bit. It took me a little while, I have to admit as well, to try and tag your page. So I'm going to go into a group that I have because I think that was kind of the situation that you were talking about, was that people were maybe on another group or in a mom group or something like that, and they couldn't tag your page. So I'm just going to go here to give you an example of it and show you what happened and what I found when I did this. So this is just me going in, say I'm going to put a post up. So this will be the same as if somebody had put a post on a page or in a group, and some of the people were trying to go, oh, you should check out Karen, and then they're trying to tag your page. So I'm just going to do a little sample tagging here. So typically you put the @ symbol in, and then you start typing the page name. So you can see I'm getting all sorts of my friends here. You had an apostrophe S in the name. So I'm putting that in. I'm still not getting it coming up. And what triggered me was actually, Karen, it's what you have as your URL and your username. So those are different than your page name. So your page name you've got set as Karen's Classy Crafts, but your URL and your username is Karen's, I have to go back to it because I have to get it right in here, Karen's Hair, Bows, and More. So when I was trying to make this work, I started typing in Karen's hair, still not coming up, bows, and so there's somebody else with it, and more, and it still wouldn't come up with the tag. But then watch what happens here. And I cannot tell you, Karen, why this is happening, but when I hit backspace and take one of the letters out, then you come up. And so there it is, and I can tag you. So I was trying to figure out for you why this is happening, because how in heaven's name is anybody going to be able to figure that out for you when they're just on like a group of, people that are talking and somebody wants to go, hey, you should check out Karen's Classy Crafts. They're never going to know what to do because they're seeing your name as Karen's Classy Crafts on the page. So where I think you're best going to be able to try and fix this is actually to decide, do you want to call this Karen's Classy Crafts or Karen's Hair, Bows, and More? So I'm suspecting that the Karen's Hair, Bows, and More was your original, and that was the username that you set and the URL that you set long ago, and that probably somewhere along the way you wanted to expand on that and went to Karen's Classy Crafts. So what I would suggest you do is go into your page, into your settings, and I'm going to show you on my Facebook business page. So this is the Pepper Marketing page. So you would go down to page info. And so what you've got here is you've got Karen's Classy Crafts here in the name, but the username is the Karen's Hair, Bows, and More. So I would suggest you go into this area here and change it, if you want to make it match, into Karen's Classy Crafts and see what happens when you do that. Now, your username can't have any symbols, no apostrophes, no, I'm just looking at the rules because I have them put over here. So you have to have them in, it's pretty straightforward the way you're going to do it. And then that's what's going to come out as well on your URL. And you'll note here what I've done is I put capitals in, so Pepper and then a capital I and a capital M on marketing. And that's how my URL actually shows up with the P, capital P, the capital I, and the M. And I do that on purpose so that people can kind of read those 3 different words in the name. So you may want to do that with the Karen's Classy Crafts. You won't be able to put the apostrophe in there, but I would do a capital K on Karen, capital K on Classy, and a capital K on Crafts as well. So that's where I would suggest that that you make some changes and try that and see if that doesn't help things go a little bit faster. Now, changing your URL and your username can be a little complicated. If somebody else somewhere along the line has that URL, you can't use it. So you won't be able to do into that one. But you also can't put numbers in it. You can't put dashes. The only thing that you can, or sorry, you can put in, you can't like use an apostrophe or a dash or anything like that. You can use a period, and you can use numbers, but that's it. So you might be limited on that, and Facebook will have to approve it, of course, and put it through the process there. So that's what I would probably suggest to you in this case, is to try that, because that's the only way, literally the only way I could get that tagging to work for you, Karen, was to go in and type in, again, so I could put the @ symbol or not, Karen's hair, and see every time it's the same. And once I get to the end there, then it shows up. And so then I can tag you. So because the names are so different, your people aren't going to know that. So that's where I would consider changing that username and the URL from Karen's Hair Bows and More to Karen's Classy Crafts, and make it match there, and then test it out. And definitely once you do that and you go through it, let me know if it worked and if this helped you out. So I'm really hoping it just does help you out, and you can let us know underneath this post on the video, just to let everybody who's might have also been watching this and who might have the same issue, if it worked for you or not. That's a one thing with Facebook. Sometimes literally the advice you'll see from people online is leave the page, come back to it a little while later, and it might work. But in your case, I think most likely what's going on here is the difference in the username and the page name. So I hope that helps you out, and definitely let me know if it worked and made a difference for how your folks can be tagging you out there, because that is a really good tactic for, especially for you. It helps you because other people will see your page, and that's one way to grow the growth and the community connected to your page. So good luck, Karen, and let me know how it comes out. This is Kathy with pepperatmarketing.com, and I hope you all have a great day. And if you have any other questions yourself, feel free to post comments here or put a post on my Facebook page, and I'll try to help answer them for you, just like I did for Karen. Thanks.